Hi guys, Happy New Year. It's Dakota. Hope everyone had a safe and happy and fun time for New Year's. I was trying to sleep and that didn't work out so well because they were shooting guns and doing fireworks and stuff behind the woods. So anyway, but nevertheless, here I am. It was safe and I feel good. So there we go. Today, I want to sort of continue on this New Year thing that I had going on was started last week with the New Year's spell. I decided on New Year's Day that I was going to, and I want to say that it's customary that I do this, but I don't do it every year. But I like to pull I like to do a two-card spread or a two-card pull, tarot pull. And the first card that I pull is for the past year, and the second card I pull is for the upcoming year. Now, I don't ask any personal questions. It's not about me. It's just about universal. What. Okay, that's kind of how I do the cards. I don't pull them for any kind of end result answer other than pulling last year, pulling this year, and just looking at the cards and seeing what they have to say. So I have the two cards that I pulled, and I'm going to show those to you. We're going to talk about them in just a second because it sort of goes along with this whole synchronicity thing. And you know how I love synchronicities. Sort of blows my mind. I don't know why. I just get really giddy when something weird happens. Like, I don't know, maybe you go to the store and your tax was $3.33, and then you have to go to the gas station and you got 33.3 gallons worth of gas. And I mean, just these numbers, right? They're just kind of synchronistic. And the thing is, there's numerology. I mean, it's a thing, right? I love numerology. And yet I don't know, I'm not efficient whatsoever with numerology, and I should be. And so, therefore, real quick, it is on my bucket list for this year. I actually started on January 1st, when this all happened that I'm talking about. I just went online to the tarot course that I took last year, which was really awesome, by the way. That sort of inspired me, and I went there. We have a private group. The course is over. It's been long over, and but I'm still in the private group. And I went on there, and I wanted to talk about my two-card spread that I did. And I happened to mention numerology, and I said, I don't know anything about numerology other than, I mean, I can tell you, oh yeah, I know, like 1 1 2 2 3 3, those are master numbers. And then I know you got 2 2 2 3 3 3, and a lot of people call those the angel numbers, which I know, I don't know anything about angel messages. I don't work with the angels. I do have a couple books on angel numbers, but rarely have even looked at those books. I don't work with the angels. I don't do a lot of work in that regard, but I do have numerology books. However, I've never studied numerology, so I don't know the roots and I don't know the foundation of it. So I certainly don't. I just only use it as a dabbler. I dabble with numerology when a number comes up like that, and then it happens again or something. I'm like, ooh, that means this. But it's only to myself and only for myself. And I know that I'm just dabbling with it. And then I have to turn to the books to look at it. And I look at the books with a little bit of, okay, because, everybody has their own ideas, as do teachers, So I'm not taking anything away from that either. But I really want to have so when I went to the tarot group, I did ask, does anybody know of any courses, sort of like our tarot course, where we can have a course on numerology with a teacher, with a mentor, so that we can ask our questions and bounce things off. And in our private group, that's exactly what we do and that's a great way to grow, is because we're able to bounce things off of each other and go, I don't know, I got this, and this is what I feel about it, but that doesn't have anything to do with that card. I'm really confused, and whatever it is. So it's a really good, it's a good thing. And I'm looking, so anyway, I am trying to research numerology. And, I did get a couple of people send me some websites, some online sites, but, you know, yeah. Anyway, um, so so anyway, I did the 2 card, and I'm going to share this with you because I have to look, I have to cheat, because when I wrote I was writing the 2 cards, I was writing them in my tarot journal. And when I got done writing them, I take a moment and I just relook at the cards, and I really think about it. I really think about that meaning, um, and then I just started, I started thinking like about the numerology thing. So I got my book out, and not that numerology had anything really, well, it does have to do with my cards, but I wasn't thinking of my tarot cards in terms of numerology. So, and I just looked at my computer, it was 555. I swear to you. Okay. Anyway, um, so yeah, so I wasn't using numerology in that way. I just started thinking like, wow, it's January 1st, it's 2022, because I was writing the date in my journal, and I went 222, a lot of numbers. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. And I was like, let's get the old book out. So I got the books out, got a couple of books out of my numerology books, and are they legit? Are they legit? Um, Reputable books? That part I don't know, because I don't know that much about numerology. And see, this is how I teach my classes, is I don't know. I don't have the roots, and I don't have the foundational information about numerology. And yeah, I have a few books. I thought I had one right here, but it's a tarot book. Um, and so therefore I don't want to just rely on that. So I really want to take a course. So if anybody is watching this and you know of one that is reputable, that has a teacher, I'm not real into correspondence unless there is some sort of live that we can chit chat and things like that. Okay, so anyway, I did look up the number 6 because 2022, the guiding number is a 6. 2 plus 0, 2 plus 2, 6. All right, so what it is it's about accepting and assuming responsibility and making the most of our new reality, adjustments, and sacrifices. And I read that and I was like, wow, like that's upcoming. That's 2022. That's this year. Accepting was a huge word for me. It's accepting and assuming responsibilities. Be responsible. You've got to own it. You've got to own what you say, what you do, your actions. You need to own that. And in regards to upcoming year, um, adjustments and sacrifices. Well, for me, that goes with responsibilities. I mean, it goes with responsibilities. Um, when I talk about sacrifices for me, as you know, I have my devotional practice, and it's daily. So there's times when I may not feel like it, and there's times when well, I'm lazy and being lazy or whatever. But doing my devotional practice daily is a sacrifice. Who cares if I don't feel like it? The gods certainly don't care. And I took a promise, I took an oath, I made that commitment to do that, to do that daily devotional. So there's responsibility that comes along with that, and there's a sacrifice that comes along with that. And if I don't make the sacrifice and do that, then I'm not being responsible, and um, you know um, it's just something that you can do. It's something that you can do, but just understand that you actually have to make a responsible choice to do it. You really do. So that was upcoming. So I was like, okay. Well, 2021 which was the first card that I pulled because that was past. So that was 2021. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. So a 5 is it's about being off kilter. It's about being off balance. It's a little bit about chaos. It's about uncertainty. It's about challenges. Um, and boy, oh boy, did we have that last year. Now, I'd like to say that um, we used some of number 6 in last year's, but I would say for the most part, it was scary, right? I mean, people were scared, people were angry, people were, oh, the fighting, oh my gosh, the negativity that went on about, and I'm referring to COVID. Yes, I am. I'm referring to COVID. The hostile, everything was just so angry. Everybody was just, it was volatile. I mean, it was just terrible. And I don't know, it was just a really weird year. So, so that was a 5, that off balance, okay? Being off balance, the uncertainty, a little bit of chaotic energy going on. And so this year, as we move into this year, it's about being responsible for that. This is a new reality. You can believe me or you don't have to believe me. Even if this ends today, the new reality is that there's still going to be that question, not for everybody. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about some. There's going to be that question or that worry. Someone coughs next to you or they sneeze. They don't feel good. They got chills. They got this, they got that. The first thing that's going to go through your head, you're going to look at them and go, just get 6 feet away. Put my mask on. I don't know. I'm just saying that it's definitely a new reality. And here's the thing. We can create our own reality. We can create our own. I'm not trying to be love and lighty here because that's not who I am. But I'm just saying that we can create our own positiveness. You can get wrapped up. Sorry if I'm moving around a lot. I'm sitting on the floor on my meditation pillow and I'm just so uncomfortable sitting on the floor. So anyway, we can create our own positivity. We can create our own things of what we want to deal with and move forward, or we can, sit in the gloom and harp on all the ugliness. I mean, we have choices. We have choices. And so those are some of our choices that we're going to have. And so, yeah, so 2021 is off balance, uncertainty, facing new challenges, etc. And 2022 is about accepting those and doing a little bit of sacrificing, which might mean sacrifice some of that ugly energy, like, oh, let it go and just, have a new approach. Have a new approach. It's a new year, new challenges, have a new approach. All right. Now, I did look in my angel book. I had to cheat because 222, I wanted to know, oh, what's, 222, which is an angel number. And synchronicity-wise, lo and behold, it's about new beginnings, right? It's about new beginnings. Interesting, right? I thought so. Okay. Now, let me pull you down. And before I do, I'm going to show you this real quick. Okay, so my friend, my dear friend, my sister, one of my sisters of the moon, my tribe, for Samhain, she got me this, she got me a lot of things, but she got me this candle, right? It smells divine. It's like champagne, amber, and something else. And I have it going. And the reason I have it going is because inside, where is it? Oh, there it is. Inside, I don't know if you can see it. Shoot, the glare. Oh, wait. Let me turn it this way. Maybe you can see it. See that little tag? That white thing? There's something in it. There's a prize. I don't know what it is. You got to burn the candle all the way down. So I burn the candle every chance I get. I'm trying to get my prize. And you can't just pull it out. So I'm not sure if it goes to the very bottom, like the wax is on the bottom of it. But it's in this, yeah, it's in this plastic, let me see, where to go. Oh, there it is. It's in that little plastic, right there. You can see it. That little white square thing. Like a little plastic bag or something, and you got to wait until it burns all the way down. So I'm super excited to see what that says. Okay, onward. I'm going to move you down here and show you what I pulled. Oh goodness. See if I can scooch you back just a little bit. Okay. All right. Well, I think it goes. Okay. Anyway, so this card here, Two of Pentacles. I hope you can see that. I hope the glare is not too much. Two of Pentacles, and this is the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. This is the deck that, for whatever reason, loves me. I'm not necessarily in love with it. I've been looking for years and years to find a different deck that speaks to me as loudly as this deck does, but I've not been successful. I have decks that I use that are very informative, but they don't talk to me the way this deck does. So anyway, this is the Two of Pentacles. I hope that is showing without the glare. There we go. Okay, Two of Pentacles. So this card represented 2021, last year. That was the first card. Two of Pentacles. And then for 2022, it was the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. All right. So when I pulled the two, let's see if I can get it on there so you can look at it while I'm talking. Sorry, I keep putting my head down there, but it's the only way I can see. All right. Two of Pentacles. So, you know, as you can see, there he is. First, let me tell you that, you know, Pentacles, or the coin card, is typically about money or material gain, wealth, finances, you know, jobs. It has to do with material gain, and it's called coin card for, so it is about money. However, it's about many, many things. Okay. It is about many things. And so when I first pulled it and flipped it over and I saw that it was the Two of Pentacles, I went, well, that is so funny. I go, because it look, you know, there he is doing a juggling act. And that is where we were at last year. We were doing this juggling act, you know, just trying to stay in a balance. And yet 2015, like I said, not 2015, 2021, it was a balancing act. We were off balance. Just like I said, in 2021 is a 5. We were in a 5-year, and that is about being off balance, uncertainty, and, you know, and challenges. And you can see the juggling act trying to keep the coins balanced. Got to keep them moving, got to keep them balanced. It's really a challenge. And his legs are spread, really trying to just keep that balance so that he doesn't get off balance. Well, then I started looking and I go, well, and you know, behind is water. So ocean or a lake or whatever it is, but it's real choppy. It's very choppy. And for me, that showed that, and the fact that it's water. I know this is an earth card, but the fact that it has this choppy water told me that it was a very off balance emotional time as well. Things were very rough emotionally, rough seas. And so the rough seas maybe came because it was super windy. People had a lot to say, and he was really struggling to stay in some kind of balance, in some kind of motion. Um, that he really did have a lot of obligation there, trying to stay balanced, trying to cope with the situation. And guess what? It's almost like he has a responsibility of keeping those coins balanced, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. So the word responsibility kind of came forward for me right there. Also, if I look at it as a coin card, um, I can say that, it was really last year, people lost their jobs, businesses were closing, we were closed, and, for a little while. And so there was this sense of, how are we going to deal with this? How are we going to, we just adapted and we just did the best we could. But it was a very rocky, emotional, off balance time of year. As I studied the card even more, it's over on this side, right here. See if you can see that. You can kind of see right there a boat. And so as I looked at it, I went, well, the boat is moving away from this off balance, moving away from these high tides, this unstable, off balanced, the waves of emotion, the rocky, disgruntled emotions. And it's just moving away from that, and it's sailing away. And sailing away into the new year, which was, again, the King of Pentacles. So I'm like, well, that's interesting. So the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles to me, again, we're looking at money, right? We're looking at finances or material gain. And he's a very generous man. He's very generous. He's very kind. He's supportive. He's patient. And I think that I think once you get to this point where you can be wiser, and again, the word responsibility came up because, I just feel like anybody can be, we are what we want to be. There's a way for people to control their emotions, and even if you don't like it, is to be responsible. And so that word responsibility came up again. And I just think that he feels like, everybody can have material security, everybody can be successful, everybody can have what they need. But you have to take responsibility for it. You have to work for it. You have to make some sacrifices, and, to get there. And so I really, really, and again, and there's that 2022, that 6. It was about adjustments and sacrifices. You have to make some adjustments, and you have to sacrifice if you're going to succeed in whatever it is. Whether it's financial gain that you want, whether it's a new home you want, whether you just want a job, you want a good grade in school, or you can just look at him and how peaceful and relaxed and calm he is, because he's very wise, and he just sort of knows how to manifest his end result, I guess, into successes. So I thought that those two cards, even though when they first came up, I was like, finances, I don't know. I mean, yeah, finances, it's always something that we're worried about, and that we want to be comfortable with our finances, and we need to have enough to pay the bills and put food on the table, etc. But there again, it's not going to be just handed to us on a silver platter. I'm sure you're sick of me hearing me say that, but that's the truth of the matter. We have to take responsibility, and we have to work for it. We have to work for it. And the only way that you can stay in that environment of calm and balanced wisdom is to be responsible, and to make some adjustments in your life, in our lives, um, so that we're not worried about always being in this turmoil, this emotional rough ride that was 2021. It was rough. Now, that's not to say that, 22 is bliss, because I was hoping to turn on the news January 1st, 2022, and seeing that everything is done, we're done. It was all a hoax, I kind of wanted that. But that didn't happen. So we are still making adjustments. We are still having to make adjustments, and we are having to take responsibilities for those adjustments. We have to take responsibility for those things that we want. If the job situation, um, I mean, I literally know people, and look, I'm not the judge. I'm not the judge of this. So, but this is how I see this playing out. So there are people who, do I think that you should be forced to wear a mask? What I think is, if you're going grocery shopping and the grocery store says you must, then that's their policy. It's kind of like, I know nobody writes checks anymore, but back in the day when we would write checks, they wanted to see your ID. Back in the day. They wanted to see your driver's license, and you would write the driver's license number on the check. You can't do that anymore. You're not supposed to do that anymore. But back then we did. And guess what? That's the way it was. Nobody had an issue with it. You knew if you were going to write a check that you better have your ID with you, because that's how it was. Or if you live in a state where the liquor law says you have to be 21, or we ID everybody. So if you're, you know, 80 years old and you go in to buy a bottle of wine, we ID everyone. They might ask to see your ID, so you better have your ID, because that is their policy. If you don't want to be carded, don't go there. So it's making adjustments, and it's about being responsible. And I really feel like that this was such a 5. Last year was such a 5. 2021, it was such a 5. It was getting used to this new reality. Not liking it. I'm not saying you have to like it, because I certainly don't. I'm sick of it. I am so sick of it. Not only just, my life, my personal life, going to the store and making sure you have your mask, or, all of the things. Um, yeah, I'm like personally so sick of it. But I have a business. I have a store, and having to deal with that, the policies for that, it's just the way it is. That is reality. And so I want to be that. I want to be on that ship. I'm moving away from 2021. I am moving away, and I am I am working this year on manifesting success and goal completion, because I kind of see the king as completion. I mean, he's the king. So, if you're doing your tarot cards from 0 to 10, and then you get into your royals, the king is it. Uh, it's there's a sense of completion there. He's made it. You see he's got a castle. I think it's on this. Oh, it's up here. I thought it was on the other side. But here's his castle up on the hill. He's got abundance up here. He's just successful. He's very calm, his face, determined. He's adjusted. That's what I'm going to work on for 2022. But I loved the synchronicities, right? And so even though I felt these synchronicities between 2021 being a 5 and being total F, right? It was terrible. However, we're moving into 2022 and we still aren't there. We still have this COVID thing. Believe it or not, I'm not going to say one way or the other. I don't know. I'm not a COVID germ, so I don't know. But I do know that I've lost a few friends that have died. Did they die of COVID? Well, that's what it says. I have friends right now that are sick. Says it's COVID. They took the test. It's COVID. I don't know. I'm not there. But what I do know is that 2022, we're still in it. We're still in it. We need to start adjusting and we need to start making some sacrifices to deal with what it is that end result. We can have the end result that we want if we work on it and we manifest it and we take our time and we do the work right, and that we don't expect someone to just show up at our door with a silver platter going, oh, here it is, it's all done now. You have to take responsibility, and you do need to work on that. You need to own that, and that's not fun. Who wants to do that? Who wants to sacrifice? Who wants to do all those things? Apparently I do, because I do it daily. And I think I'm rewarded well for it. So it's how I feel. Do I always want to do it? No. But do I do it? Yes, I do. So there you go. It's not a big deal. It's just not a big deal. Happy 2022, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hope you enjoyed it.